Okay, at first I didn't think I was going to talk about the eclipse for even one day, but now I'm going to wind up talking about it for 2 days in a row. Because last night I was working with a couple, and it turned out that they had seen the eclipse yesterday. And it was very interesting because they talked about the ring of diamonds and the beads, and it got into a conversation about how the moon and the sun, their relationship. What is the difference between the light of the moon and the light of the sun? The sun shines, and the moon receives the radiance from the sun and then reflects it off. And that is sort of the what we can see is the basic idea between a male and a female when in any part of all of our world. A male, the only thing that makes a male is that the male gives away something and the female receives something. Of course, in people, that's only one aspect. Every person should have some male characteristics and some female characteristics in order to be a complete person. But the maleness is the giving off, like the sun gives off the light, and the femaleness is like the moon, which receives the light and then gives off from there. And they come together. And they come together in the most beautiful way, in the most spectacular way, right? So much so that there's a ring of diamonds and beads like pearls. But when that happens, it's only under one very specific condition. It's on the condition that they both lose all of their light. They lose all of their power to the other. And that's what happens and we talk about in relationships, that a good relationship is basically sharing. But if you don't have that quality, the most spectacular aspects of a relationship will happen when you give yourself completely over and make yourself and accept from the other side so much that you're almost like nothing. Of course you're not, because you have to be there in order to have that spectacularness. You have to join in order to have that spectacularness. But it's not about yourself. It's about the other so much that you don't even shine for yourself. And that's what we do so often. I talk about so often when I talk about therapy, and I do therapy, and we work in therapy and work together. It's just how to come to the point where you're absolutely shining, not all of the time, but some of the time, enough that it's going to be spectacular, enough to hold over till the next eclipse. And I don't remember where that's going to be, so we got to hold on, make it spectacular today, maybe another month from now, but that's really what the goal is.